What up, guys? Today I wanted to take a break from my usual story event narration that I feel like I've just been spamming to do another one of my schizo rants, and today I wanted to discuss, should you summon on the reruns? Now that Rosanna came out for the recruit, I feel like I should probably do one for that, especially since, when does Sakura go away? 11 days. I mean, there's still time for that, but I feel like by the time these go away, the other ones will be back, so... Anyways, let me change tabs. I pulled up all of their details on this tab. Now, honestly, if you're just gonna go for one of them, I would say the move probably would either to get the Anis one or Rosanna. I'm gonna go in these in order, but for right now, I feel like either of those would probably be the ones you would want to go for if you're gonna go for a couple, right? I say that, but you know, I'm gonna be degenerate and probably go for the ones I'm missing, which... The ones I'm missing should just be the Neon, Rupee, and the Anne. Those are the ones that I believe I'm missing. But before I start roasting all these people about you shouldn't summon on any of them, keep in mind, I mean, it is your account, so if you really want, summon on whatever you want, right? I feel like in these types of games, some people get too antsy about the stats and stuff, where I feel like how you really should choose to summon is, oh, look, my wife came out, time to summon, you know? So... yeah, just keep that in mind. But first things first, Sakura, sorry. I feel like she has some use if you do want to summon for her as an attacker, but she is kind of old and there are better options, right? She does do a lot of the sustained damage stuff that, honestly, a lot of supports nowadays are getting the buff to sustain damage, so this isn't the worst. She has some use for, like, bossing and stuff. Does it have the tier list on here? Yeah, so, like... I feel like this site, though, bumps up these usually. Pridwind, I think, has her a little lower? Or is it the same? I'm not really sure, but whatever. I don't really care about the tier list. To be completely honest, I feel like she does have use as an attacker, but the attackers are in a weird spot where I feel like if they are good, they don't get as much play as someone who's, like, broken, for example, right? If I'm like... oh, she's good as an attacker, that kind of means she's kind of mid, as in she's not going to get as much use as someone who's like broken, like, I don't know, you know, Rappy Red Hood. Or for example, I guess Red Hood's still broken. I never really talk about her, usually because, you know, I don't have her and she's kind of griefing me, but someone like her or Cindy would get way more value out of someone who's like Sakura and that's just good, you know what I mean? So, there's not much to talk about other than that since she is an attacker. Now, Rosanna has, I would say, a little bit more to talk about her because of how her support works. Now, for the most part, her support is for the sustained damage, up for sustained damage units. So, if you want to pair against, like, I don't know, the Black Shadow or, like, the Sakura, I guess, she buffs her pretty nicely. The only issue with Rosanna that I personally see is she does not have any sustain in her kit. So I would recommend, if you're going to get her, that you probably should either run a burst 1 that gives you a shield, health, regen, etc., cover, or another burst 2 that gives like heal, shield, stuff like that. So honestly, if you want to run her with like the maid, what's her face, Anchor? Yeah, maid Anchor or like Naga, something like that. That's not the worst. She does get a lot of value out of this. Like, look at this. She gives buff to the parts, and then she gives sustained damage. She makes enemies take more damage. She gets this. Like, she gives a lot of buffs. So having her is very valuable. I'm not going to lie. But like I said, there are better options nowadays for Burst 2 that are not limited. So it's not that important that you get her. Now, Anis actually does have a lot of tech, since she is a support as well as an attacker, right? She buffs electric units, yeah? Yeah, electric units. And honestly, that does have some value. Granted, nowadays, I feel like a lot of electric units buff other electric units for some reason. I don't know why. I feel like electric is the only team that has a lot of that type of thing where it's like, oh, electric code allies, buff up, stuff like that. That's why... I feel like electric teams in general nowadays have a lot of like viability, right? Every time a new solo raid comes out, I see like the 4th team just full electric no matter what typing the boss is, which is very interesting, right? They usually run, I believe it's Rogue, and then they run, Oh, what's her face? Well, let me check. I mean, I have this website open. Let me quickly check. What is her name? Oh, Mary. They run Mary, and then they run like Cindy, and then they run like somebody else, or like Naga, stuff like that. So honestly, and then the Annis. This team is so interesting that people just have the electric just as a throw-in team just because it's so good, right? And they kind of just all work well together. And buff, honestly, they just buff Cindy. But keep in mind, if you're going to run an Anna's team, I would recommend not going any max ammo capacity rolls on our overload gear, 1. And 2, try not to get any ammo regen for her, because that's going to grief her last bullet mechanic. But other than that, I believe, for the most part, it's just she buffs the electric code, and there is some value in getting her. So, like I said before, either Annis or Rosanna, if you're going to go for a couple, I would say go for those two. And then maybe Sakura. Also, she does have some viability in PvP. I almost forgot to mention that. I'm not the biggest PvP guy, so sometimes I might forget to mention if they're good on PvP. But I think there is some value on PvP. I don't know why, because I don't know how big of a shtick the PvP is. But, oh my god, my scroll wheel is still bugging. But these guys say that Annis is good in PvP, so I'm just going to have to trust their word. Dude, I need to get a new mouse. This is making me tweak, bro. Anywho, Helm. Now, how good is Helm? I don't think Helm is the craziest. I personally would prefer these 3 over her. But, I mean, I guess she does have some value. Half of these I got and I don't even use. Like, these 2, for example, Helm and Mary, I got them when I was playing the first year. And they reran last year during their summer event. And that's when I got them. And I'm not gonna lie, I haven't used them at all. What even is she actually? Is she... Oh, she's burst 2. Let's see. I probably should have read them beforehand, but... Fuck it, dude. Oh, she has some cooldown in her kit. Okay. Interesting. Burst 2 with cooldown. Do any burst 2 have cooldown in their kit? I don't know off the top of my head. Let's see. Oh, she also buffs electric. That's actually funny. But I'm not gonna lie, this is probably kind of a shove-in for Mary. If you don't have Mary, this actually might not be the worst, actually. Yeah, 20 seconds. Everything looks normal, but this looks pretty good. She has the electric code buff. Let's see. What does this do? So, blah, blah, blah. Affects the same targets. So, deals... They belong... Wait, no. Oh, I see. She's good against electric enemies. Okay, she's got a lot of stuff for that. Okay. Well, she's kind of got like the mini Eve stuff, right? Eve is really good against electric enemies because she makes them take more damage. However, she just does like bonus stuff. Oh, actually, she kind of has this. Oh, how much does Eve do? I think Eve does 30%. Increases damage taken by 30%. Let me check. You know, I'm right here. I don't know why I keep asking these dumbass questions, but I can just look this up. What does she do real quick? Let's see. Blah, blah, blah. Don't care, don't care, don't care. Where is this? Oh, damage taken up 10%. Oh, okay. So she does more. It's what? This is 10 seconds. So the other one was sacks up to 5 for 5 seconds. Dang, this is like 25. Okay. That's kind of a lot. Oh, but granted, this could get up to 20%, right? If you burst for her, it like procs all of this and makes it recast. So in total, it would be up to like 20. I totally forgot about that. Oopsies. Yeah, so she's like kind of a mini Eve. Okay, so I guess there is some value with that, but I mean, other than that, would this even be necessary? Because you would what? If you're running an iron team that's going crazy, you can probably just run litter for the CDR. And, oh wait, this is even CDR. This is recover. What am I? Oh wait, I'm on Mary. No, wait. God damn it. Where the fuck did she go? Oh, there she is. Did I close it on accident? Dude, I swear I was tripping for a second. I was like, there's no shot it said heal and not burst. Whoops. Anyways, but yeah. I don't know if you even need this, because if you're going to be running an iron team, you're going to be running litter. And I don't know if your burst generation is going to keep up with this cooldown. But whatever. This is probably not the worst if you want to pull for that. So there's that. Anyway, Mary. So it looks like she's kind of just a healer. I don't think she has really much any value. What is she, water? Yeah, she's water. Yeah, like, This website says she doesn't have value. It says she's not that bad against bosses, but like, let's see. For the most part, she's just a healer, and she just buffs water, which I think they're better water buffers. And also, what is she, burst 2? Oh, she's burst 1. Maybe. I don't know. If she was burst 2, then definitely no, because we got the anchor maid and mast maid, and I don't think they'll be getting any value if you go for her instead of them. But if she's burst 1, I mean, I don't know why you wouldn't just use Dorothy, though. Like regular Dorothy, the burst 1, because she has CDR, and this, as a burst 1, if you don't have CDR, you might just be cooked. But other than that, I mean, I don't really see any other place she could be used. I mean, she's a good healer. As a burst 1, though, I don't know if you get any value. Not having CDR is probably quite unfortunate, especially without a gimmick. Like, Tove doesn't have CDR, and I always flame her for that, but at least she has, like, a shotgun gimmick, and that really does help someone like the new Dorothy, which is actually not bad. If we get another pretty good shotgun, like, I feel like Tove could be doing some gaming, I'm not gonna lie. So, yeah, I mean, this is probably on the lower ends if you want to get her. But, I mean, most of these, like I said before, you probably just want to get one anyways and be done. I mean, if you want to go for someone just to get their lobby background, then maybe. But if you want to get these people for, like, actual use, definitely probably only get one, right? Let's see. Neon. What does Neon do? Actually, what is she? Burst 3. Already Burst 3. I mean, I feel like she's probably the worst out of this batch. Maybe Rupee. But you probably don't want to get her if you want to be, like, actual get value out of her. Anywho, oh, she's one of the change the weapons. I actually didn't know that. What does she have? Machine gun. Does she change to rocket launcher then? Let's see. They belong to fire code. Okay, she water does extra damage. Let's see. Damage to parts. I mean, I don't know why I'm reading this. I'm not gonna lie. You're probably gonna get 0 value out of her. She's just an attacker, and she's what, like 2 years old, 3 years old? When did she come out? Oh, I wish these guys on the wiki had the dates. Does the other wiki have the date of when this guy came out? I don't remember, but I feel like this is like 3 years old or 2 years old or some stupid. But Burst 3 that's this old is pretty devious. So, I mean, probably this might be the lowest. Actually, I lied. Mary at least has some value as Burst 1, I guess, even without CDR. But Neon as Burst 3, I would say, gets 0 value. So, I think this one might be on the low end. And then followed by Mary. Let's see, Rupee. What is she? Oh, another burst one. She's electric, it looks like. Does she have any CDR? Probably not. She has a taunt. Okay. Interesting. Oh, she's a re-enter burst one type thing. Okay, that's interesting. She's kind of like a mini Tia then. But I mean, she is pretty old. By the way, I don't know why they're rerunning the winter skins in summer, but, you know, whatever, I guess. Let's see. Affects all allies, defense. Oh, I mean, she has some burst generation, which is cool, I guess, and some defense. But like, I feel like she's way too old. These skills are so bare bones, and she's one of these burst ones, like Tia. So I don't know. But whereas Tia, I mean, she also has a taunt, but Tia has a lot of the regen stuff and some tankiness and support. So you're gonna just get way more value out of Tia. So. Would this actually be worse than Neon? Maybe. I would say it's these two are tied, and then after that it's Mary, and then maybe Anne? What does Anne do? She is burst 2, okay. Let's see, affects all supporter allies, huh? Interesting. Affects all allies, let's see. Oh, she has the potency HP, looks like she is a healer. And then, oh wow, 60-second cooldown, excuse me. Affects all attackers, recover HP, incapacitates one attacker. Oh, she has a res. Oh, she's going to be good for PvP then, actually. Even I know that. Yeah, she's good for PvP. Okay, so, I would say it would maybe go like this. Or maybe like this, maybe, if you want to know which one's better. Oh, actually, Sakura would be like down here. Maybe like here. I don't know, like this maybe. I don't know, something like this. If you want to get Anne for PvP, if you're a big PvP guy, Anne actually wouldn't be the worst. She has this res, and then she has a stunner on the enemy. Come on, even I know she'd be good for PvP, even though I'm not a PvP guy. So, if you want to go for Anne for PvP, this actually might not be the worst. But having a burst 2 with her 60-second cooldown, I don't think you're going to get any value with her. outside of PvP, so just keep that in mind. But it looks like that is it. Yeah, if you're gonna go for some of these, I would say go for either these two first, maybe Sakura or Helm, and if you really want to go crazy on the PvP, and then I mean these three are just like if you want to collect them, you know. I don't know if you're gonna get any value out of any of these, but like if you really like them as a unit, then sure, go for it. Like I said at the beginning, if a new unit comes out and it's like, oh, that's literally my wife, I'm summoning for her, you know? If one of these fit under the category, then fuck it, bro, go for it. But other than that, I feel like that is it. Let me switch tabs so we can at least have some music in the background when I'm yapping. Granted, I like putting music in the background of when I'm yapping on the browsers, right? But other than that, I think that is it. I will stream though. I'm talking shit about like Neon and Rupee, but I will stream when those banners drop and try to pull them, right? I am a collector, so unfortunately I need one of each. I believe I can get those, and then all I'm missing for this Nikepedia, whatever you want to call it, is the Chainsaw Man collabs. Yeah, I think those are the only ones I'm missing now. If I can get the Chainsaw Man collab units, like if they get a rerun and I can get them, dude, this is going to be filled out. And then finally, I will be satiated. But yeah, I believe that is it. Oh, and a reminder, these reruns, like the, not accounting the Sakura and Rosanna, which are already out, those reruns, I believe, should come at the end of August? Or is it September? Let me check, actually. Okay, I spent a little bit looking for it, and I was like, I'm just gonna look up the dev notes. But yeah, those should come out in September. I'm not sure when. I imagine it'll be at the beginning. So, actually, yeah, by the time these come out, the Sakura and Rosanna are gonna go away for sure, so... in case you want one of the two, like I said before, you want to go for probably Rosanna. And then maybe Sakura, but I would say maybe Rosanna and Anis, I would say, is probably the move. But yeah, I think that is it. Let me know what you guys think about the reruns coming. And if you're summoning on any of them, I'm probably gonna go for the 3 that I'm missing, just because I need to collect them, baby, because I have a problem. But I think that is it. So I will catch you guys later.